Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what it would be like to float among them? For the few who have, this is their view. But to survive out here, in the cold, silent vacuum of space, you don't just need a spaceship, you need a personal one, the spacesuit. It's one of the most incredible pieces of technology ever created, a miniature world that protects an astronaut from the harshest environment known to humanity. But this marvel of engineering didn't appear overnight. Its story is one of courage, innovation, and our relentless desire to explore the unknown. Our journey begins not in space, but at the very edge of our own atmosphere. Back in the 1930s, daredevil pilots were pushing their primitive aircraft higher than ever before. To survive the thin air and freezing temperatures, they wore the first ever pressure suits. These weren't spacesuits, but they were the crucial first step. Made of rubberized canvas, they were bulky, clumsy, and barely functional. Imagine being sealed inside one of these, knowing that a single tear could mean disaster. These pilots weren't just flying. They were testing the very limits of human endurance, paving the way for the astronauts who would follow. Fast forward to the dawn of the space age. The world watched as the Mercury 7, America's first astronauts, prepared to ride rockets into orbit. Their iconic silver suits looked futuristic, but they were essentially an insurance policy, designed to protect them only if their tiny capsules lost pressure. These suits were incredibly restrictive. The astronauts were basically bolted into their seats with very little ability to move. They were passengers more than pilots, their suits a final line of defense in a brand new and dangerous frontier. The goal was simply to survive the trip, and these shiny suits were a key part of that mission. Then came the dream of the moon. The Apollo program demanded something entirely new. Astronauts wouldn't just be sitting in a capsule. They would be walking, working, and exploring another world. This required a true personal spaceship. The Apollo A7L suit was a masterpiece. It had multiple layers to protect against micrometeoroids and extreme temperatures, a life support backpack that provided oxygen and cooling, and joints that allowed for unprecedented mobility. For the first time, humans could truly live and work in space. Watching Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin bounce across the lunar surface, we saw not just a man on the moon, but the triumph of the suit that got him there. After Apollo, our focus shifted closer to home with the Space Shuttle and the International Space Station. The mission changed from sprints to the moon to long-duration stays in Earth orbit. And so, the suits changed too. Gone were the custom-fitted moon suits, replaced by a more practical, modular design. You might remember the bright orange pumpkin suits worn during launch and landing. These were advanced pressure suits, a direct descendant of those early Mercury suits. But the real star of this era is the Extravehicular Mobility Unit, or EMU. This is the white, bulky suit astronauts wear for spacewalks outside the ISS. It's a true workhorse, assembled from interchangeable parts to fit different astronauts, and designed to be used again and again for complex construction and repair tasks in orbit. So, what's next? As we set our sights on returning to the moon and making the giant leap to Mars, a new generation of spacesuits is already taking shape. These future suits will be lighter, more flexible, and more durable than anything that has come before. They'll need to protect astronauts from the sharp Martian dust and allow them to walk, bend, and work for days on end. From the first high-altitude pioneers to the future explorers of Mars, the story of the spacesuit is the story of human exploration itself. Each layer of fabric, each new joint represents another barrier broken, another step further into the great cosmic ocean. The journey is far from over. Thanks for watching.